Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the special edition on MLK Day of Voices Randomish. Again, I'm Eldridge.
I'm D'Artagnan. I'm Bess.
And today we just want to share with you a great experience that we had. It is the second annual day of service here in the community of Appleton, Wisconsin. And we had the esteemed privilege to participate. So we're going to share with you what we learned today. Take it away, ladies. What was the best thing that happened today for you as far as this event?
Your speech.
Yes.
Can we talk about that? The speech
now they gonna
was
put me
the
on the
best. We're going to post it on Facebook so that y'all can see how dynamic this speech was. But it was a nice speech. That was probably the best. That was the best part of today.
People might think you're a little bit biased because we sisters.
No, they ain't got nothing.
It's already posted. Actually, it's on my page, but we're going to post it into the Voices Randomish page as well, so you all will get to enjoy the video as well. But listen to our sister speak.
And I'm gonna send it or you got it saved, so we can just send it to you and upload to our channel, so that you can watch it that way. Convenience for you.
Also, it was just a really, really wonderful day just to be able to be with you guys in the middle of the day. And the thing is we don't necessarily get a chance to stop in the middle of the day, everything that we're doing about the business of business, just to honor the person who led the way for us to be able to have a day to serve.
Right.
So what did it mean to you today to just be off, to be able to have the opportunity?
It meant a lot because I normally don't take the day off of work. So again, she sent the invitation that said, would you all like to volunteer for this Martin Luther King event? I'm like, I gotta work, but you know what? I got into work and I filled out the forms like, okay, I'm gonna need this day off. So I took the day off just so I could be there in support of not only you, but of the day and what Martin Luther King has done for all of us, and opening the doors and paving the way for those things. So,
and the reason why it was really, really special, I think, because it is the second year in a row that the city of Appleton has closed the school system. The entire school district is closed. So what that means is that all students, all teachers, all parents, and community members have an opportunity to participate in the day of service. It was really kind of nice to watch the kids paint those rocks and to talk to some of the vendors there. Did you have a favorite vendor that came there today?
I think it was I liked the art museum.
Okay.
Only because it was so unique, and I didn't know. I see the building all the time, and I never paid attention to what it really was. So to hear about it and the kind of events that they have, I also like the prison reform booth.
Okay, was that the Esther booth?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was it about Esther that really intrigued? Or was it something that enlightened you there that you didn't know that you know now about Esther?
Just their mission and the fact that prisoners to be able to vote, or once they release from prison to be able to vote, but just to make sure that everybody expresses that equal right for them to vote and express, their values and opinions and stuff like that.
And also they help them transition into the world. So when they get out of prison, to help them get into the workforce and to help them find homes and places to stay and those types of things. So just listening to the mission was very nice to hear. Also, Rawhide was one that we were talking to the guy over at Rawhide, and that was very nice to hear that they've opened it up. They've opened it up to to not only just the troubled youth, but it's now a family-based organization where everyone can get involved, and not just the youth that's in trouble in the household. So you include everybody into it versus just focusing on the negative. So when you focus on everybody versus focus on the negative, you get a better result.
And that's something new for me. I'm glad you did visit that booth, because we always see it from everything that I remember about Rawhide Boys Ranch was always about boys and sort of rehabilitating them after they had been in trouble or what have you. So it's nice to see that has evolved and understood that the entire family can only benefit. Because if you take one person and heal them, it's like if you have something hurting in your body and you don't really heal that, the rest of your body might be okay, but that pain is going to distract you from everything else. So I get it.
I also wanted to shout out to Karen Nelson's booth for the Mayor Diversity and Inclusion Department.
And she's rocking that shirt.
Right, this is her shirt. I'm like, okay.
Diversity
and Inclusion. I took the what was it?
We took the oath.
Took the oath to
To practice dignity and respect.
Dignity and respect, to implement that into our lives.
I will do my part.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I will do my part
too. So that was nice. I got to help Karen and to see how just in this little amount of time that just those words, dignity and respect, have transformed the way that people approach diversity and culture and inclusion and intercultural tolerance is really nice to see. It's really nice.
Yeah, I found that was great, but I really was loving the census booth there because we don't understand how important the census is and to make sure that everybody is counted. When they do districting and when there's funding for certain areas, if you're not counted in that area or if your area is underrepresented by the number of the population, you may receive less funding dollars. So back when I was in college years ago, I had an opportunity to go out and register people to vote. But this is going to be an opportunity I'll perhaps embark upon where I go out and make sure that let people know where they live and that they do answer the door for the census taker. Because I know when we was little, if you come to the door with that clipboard,
we ain't answered.
My mother was like, tell them I ain't home. My mama said she ain't home. So this was really a great day. The one little kid, when we were sitting in there and we were singing,
he was having
he was
best time
here
of
with
his
it.
life. He was
doing
enjoying
everything.
Okay, y'all, let's get it.
He was his little
and over. Hey. So it was really good. And that was the thing that I liked is like little bitty kids were really, really enjoying themselves. And it was nice to see them with their parents.
It was, but I think it needs to have more exposure.
Okay.
Because I would not have known about it had you not sent it to me.
Okay.
So I think there was a lot of people that didn't know that it even existed. And I think it could have been a lot more traffic than there was in there today. I think there could have been a lot more people than there were in there today. And I don't think that it was broadcasted enough that to say that this is what's going on today. I know your kids are out of school and the school is the last place your kids want to go when they're given an extra day off of school. But this is something that the whole entire family could have experienced together just to be able to know and listen to some of the experiences and watched it. I think it's a great thing. So looking forward, we need to look at better presentation of the voice and making sure that it happens out into the neighborhood and making sure that they know the importance of joining in these things when they see them happening. Don't just stay at home and be like, I don't feel like dealing with that. Get up and get involved. You can't complain about things not happening if you don't want to be involved in it.
Right, because we are the change.
We are.
You're right. And then when change happens to you and you didn't take part in it, then you're letting things be decided for you. So and I like the part that you just articulated about it being a family event. A shout out to Guardian, my employer, for closing the office and celebrating it as a holiday. There are a lot of businesses that offer it as a floating holiday, but my company, you know, people talk about the change that we make, but that to me is evidence of change when your company that is a business and they stand to make money, whatever the reason is, they decided that it was important enough to allow their employees to be off, to spend time with their families in service, because that was what Dr. King was all about. So, you know, you can go out and you can have fun with your kids and teach them things. And, and I also think it bonds the family stronger. And then you think about stronger families, stronger communities.
Yeah. And then I also like that there were booths that made you aware of things that you probably didn't know, or nonprofits that you didn't even know there was something like that. Like there was one, I can't remember the name, it was about the refugees and how they have and how they help refugees get citizenship and get into their own place and get jobs. And I didn't even know that there was something out there that existed like that. So I asked him how the deportation, like ICE and stuff like that, those efforts that went into effect last year and this year, how that has affected the organization. And he said that they used to be allowed to service 68,000 people or something, and now it's down to 16,000.
Wow, that's 48,000 people.
Yes,
a big drop.
Yes, 16,000
people. 2/3 of
that they
what
can
you were
service.
servicing.
And he said that this Wednesday, there's a guy who will meet his daughter for the first time, because when he left seeking refuge, his wife was pregnant.
Okay.
So now she's 4. the baby is 4. She's had the baby is 4, and then they'll meet each other for the first time on Wednesday.
Wow. So again, great work being done here in the city of Appleton. And people think that when communities are small, they can't really do anything, but it's about the people. And people can make a big impact, no matter how small you think is what you're doing. When you serve, it makes a big impact on your community. So if you're not serving today, just think about the future of your community and what you might do. And then also encourage your employer. Tell them that to get involved, to support this. That this is something that we all want to do.
A lot of places don't know it exists because they're looking for their employees to be involved in these things, to bring it to them, to say, will you donate to this? Oh, can you do this? They don't mind if one of their employees is involved in it.
Right.
Because I can get Nestle to donate, pizzas and things like that because I'm a part of the groups and things that I'm a part of. So I have a closer connection to the corporate part of it because I'm an employee there, but they don't know if we're not getting involved and in the things that are going on, because there's a lot of programs in Appleton, Menasha, Nina that are going on that I didn't even know existed. And because I'm no longer a parent of a child in the school district, mine have already graduated and have gone on, but that doesn't mean I should disconnect myself from what's going on around me because it is still an existing issue.
You're absolutely right. And the thing about it is the better we make the community as it is now, later on, even as we get older, it's better for us all the way around.
Yeah. So your child graduated, but what about your child's child?
Right.
And you want to make sure that it's a better place for them as well.
Right.
And my children.
This was another way for us to do what they call pay it forward.
Yes.
Because the information that we have or the conversations that we have with young people when we interact with them influence them. So for me, I like kicking it, as y'all say, with the young kids. They keep you alive. They keep you just feeling good about life. You know, and I was watching those kids stepping, especially when those little kids
shut it down.
Oh, they shut it down.
The middle school shut it down. The
You
high
all
school kids
have
was
not.
like,
They weren't really into it, but the middle school kids, if you get the opportunity to watch them step, or if you can get them into your place to watch them step, invite them to do so. You will absolutely enjoy
and this was their first performance. And I think that it's crazy because I feel like they feel they're a part of a bigger purpose. And I think that's why they were so like into it and was serious
and they were
and held face. And I'm like, okay, now.
They were in sync.
Yes, they were. So that's what I meant. You know, they are our future. Junior high school students are our future, and to see that enthusiasm and just the way that they came through that power, you know, that just gives that just gave me all kind of goosebumps, but it gave me hope for the future because I see that they have the passion, the commitment to doing something and making a community. Because they could have been anywhere doing anything today, but they're involved in something. And you were telling me, Bess, that these kids spend time after school practicing. And this isn't during the day. So tell us a little bit about what you learned about the Wilson School Steppers, Wilson Elementary School.
Wilson and West.
Wilson and West Elementary School Steppers right here on Badger Avenue in Appleton, Wisconsin, across from Appleton West High School. So shout out to those students out there. Bess, what did you say that you?
And they spend at least like 20 hours between. Well, that's the staff that are committed to, helping them or whatever. But these kids spend hours after school practicing and getting it together. Wilson Elementary. I mean, there's a middle school. Middle. Okay, Wilson Middle School. These kids come after school and think kids leave school, want to go and play. They don't want to still be at school.
But they're looking for stuff to do. I got the opportunity to talk to 3 young ladies. They were freshmen high school. And I was asking them, what do you all do when you leave school? Like, what does your weekend look like? Is there anything for you to really do in this area? And they said no.
Yeah.
They go to the mall, they hang out, but there's really not a whole lot to do in the mall. There's really not a whole lot of activities for them to do on the weekends that they would like to get involved in. They said there's really not much. So for listening to these young ladies, and I was like, well, we need to fix that. Like, what would you like to see come into the environment that'll make you be more engaged in what's happening? They were like, no, I really don't know. They really didn't have a lot to say about it. But I'm like, think about it, because you are our future.
Yeah.
Think about what you would like to see and what you would like to be involved in, and
share that information, because you have adults out here that will be more than willing to maybe come and donate one evening a week at the Boys and Girls Club to do a drill team or a choral group. I can think of all kind of things. And when I see them kids, I'm just so, the energy comes.
Yes. And when you talk about diversity and inclusion, it's not only of other races or other, you know, ethnicities.
You said it right.
You said it right. Too much wine. Other ethnicities, but also other age groups.
Right.
We also have, because there's a lot of events geared towards getting adults involved and more aware of who's in their community and stuff like that. But other age group, I never really thought about it thinking about the kids. Like, what do the kids do? I feel I'm young, but I'm still. I feel like I'm far removed from that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what do kids like to do? I'm sitting like, they don't play with dolls no more.
Right.
You know, they don't play outside no more.
Right. We don't do double dutch. Like, can we get a double dutch competition going?
Oh, that would be the slamming thing.
That would be nice.
Oh, we could do it at the Boys and Girls Club. We could do a little choral group. We could do drill team because we all did those things back in the day.
Or skating. I used to skate.
Oh, yes. Girl.
So skating. I don't know what else.
Hey, back to skate. Hey.
I mean, they do still have skating events. I see those posted all the time because there is all you have to do here.
But then cooking, there might be something where we get together and cook a meal. You know, the kids, because they don't have home economics in the schools. You know,
can we teach them something?
And I was involved in something when I lived in the city when I was in high school called After School Matters.
Okay.
And basically, it was an after school job, but it was kind of like a volunteer, and you learn those economics. You learn how to cook. Mine was cooking.
Okay.
But you could take other things like learning how to do workshop, like where you building stuff or
art classes.
Art classes, or learning how to do your, not taxes, but like financial literacy. But mine was cooking because that's an essential skill for me. But they paid you to do this.
Yeah.
And it was like $7 an hour or something. But you having fun, you learning something new, and you with your friends, but you're still getting paid for it. So kids was always so willing to be there. And it was an initiative to help keep youth off the streets.
Yeah.
And when they would go home, or the parents would still be, because we got out of school at 2:45. You know, most of the time parents are still at work.
Yeah.
So kids be hanging out with friends on the corner, outside, doing something they ain't supposed to be doing. So it was an initiative to keep kids off the street, keep them entertained until parents got off work. And you ate while you were at this After School Matters program. And if you needed a ride, there was like there was different locations like within different neighborhoods where they would drop you off there when you get on the bus or whatever. But that was something that kept me busy. Maybe that's something that
we need to bring financial literacy back into the school districts.
Yes,
it was never there strong to begin with, but that is a necessity that everyone needs when they leave school. Like algebra, trigonometry, I can tell you, I have not used that one day in my 43 years on this earth. But basic financial literacy is something that I use on a regular basis. So it's something that needs to be put into the curriculum somewhere. Yeah. Like somebody needs to pick that up somewhere and make that an important factor, because I can tell you the last time I used algebra or trigonometry.
I know.
All our retired bankers out there, maybe you want to come into the classroom and talk about balance and checkbooks. And why saving is important. The other piece is because I work in the insurance industry. I really want people to understand why you need to have dental preventative health for dental, as well as, and because I wear glasses, why it's so important for people to have eye exams, healthy eye exams. I know that oftentimes students struggle in the classroom because they really can't see the board. And if we're not taking times out to really notice that, then our kids can end up in some, labeled as ADD or something else, receiving medication, when all I needed was to see. I just needed these. Okay?
That was me.
And so then you get labeled. Whatever it is.
I couldn't see the board, and I can't remember why. I would tell my mom, I need glasses or whatever, but I don't think it was a sense of urgency, So but I couldn't see the board, and the teacher would move me closer, and then I couldn't see the board, so I just started doing other stuff, talking, texting, and it was, she doesn't pay attention.
You're labeled as a troubled child.
Exactly. She disrupts the class. She's a class clown. Like, what?
And I can tell you there's two things that will stop a kid's learning. One is if they starving because they hungry and their stomach is growling louder than the teacher speaking, and if they can't see the board.
You know what?
You can't learn.
For school, or for where I work at, we do a lot of school visits, and we talk to the health teachers and the teachers to see like what is it that your students are in need of. You know, what do you wish specifically for the health teachers? What is it that you wish that you had more of or more access to? And you know what it was?
What?
Showers.
Shower access.
Showers and feminine hygiene products, because they said that a lot of kids either miss school, don't come to school, or avoid coming to school because their family can't afford a place and they're without water. And the specific school district that we were in was the Nina school district, and a lot of the houses in the school that we were at is like near trailer park homes. And you know, like during the wintertime, a trailer park home, sometimes the pipes get frozen to where the kids can't take showers, or the water doesn't work. So kids would not come to school because there was no running water. And they now allow students to come to their school before school starts. No other students know this. Some teachers don't even know this, and take a shower. And there's like a clothing bank where they can get clean clothes, clean underwear, clean shoes, or clean, you know, socks and shoes and stuff like that, and take a shower. Right. And a food bank too.
Yeah, so basic necessities we take for granted, get up, jumping in the shower. But I remember when we were younger, when we first moved to Wisconsin, because you had coal, and sometimes the coal and the oil would take a while, and you were worried about not having to turn the heat down low. There was a trick that people use, and if you don't know this trick, you need a faucet open and let it run. I know it might impact your water bill, but you leave that faucet open and run, so at least you have drinking water and you have some water in your home. So that's just a tip from somebody who's been there, who understands. And then the other piece was, a long time ago, I used to belong to an organization back in the 80s at a company I used to work for, a utility company. And one of the things we did as an employee resource group is that we partnered with nonprofit groups on the weekends. And what we did is we raised funds, and out of that money, what we did is exactly what you're talking about, Bess, is we bought washer and dryer for the school. We bought uniforms so that kids who did not have a washer and dryer at home, or had no other access to clean clothing, they had 2 uniforms so they could bring one to school, wash it out, and the other one they will wear. And what we know is bullying arises a lot when kids don't have the good hygiene. And so as parents, as constituents in the community on this day of service, I encourage you to start thinking about how you can serve in your community. If you know someone that needs something, talk to the person and find out how you get access to what people need. And if you don't know, you can pick up the phone and you can call somebody, because there's all types of information out there. If you dial 211, I believe it is, you can get quite a bit of information. So there's no reason why. So any final closing thoughts today about what service meant to us? And I can tell our hearts are all in this.
Oh yes. We're already looking for other volunteer opportunities.
Yes, we are.
So even being busy working women.
Because we busy as all get out.
We all have lives and we all have jobs. We are still looking for ways in which we can volunteer and help the community in which we live. So,
and we'll share with you if we decide to do something, which we're thinking about now very, very soon. We're going to invite you to join us to come and participate, perhaps, and support some of the area nonprofits. Like there's Pillars, the homeless shelter here. There is Harbor House down in Milwaukee. There's Meta House. You have the United Way. You have the American Red Cross. But even just going in your pocket sometimes, giving to someone who you know may not have what you have, or offering to just do one thing for somebody, that's a way to serve. Because remember, you don't have to have a degree. Your verbs and stuff don't have to agree in subject and gender. You just got to have a heart of service in order to serve. And those are Dr. King's words. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but we do what we do because we believe it's the right thing.
Yes, right. And I think that we should end by, we watched the video today where the kids were, I have a dream that, one day my mama let me get a cat or something like that. I think we should end like that.
Okay, well, what's your dream?
I have a dream that one day I will be able to impact the lives of others the same way that, people have impacted my life and given me the motivation to change and want something better.
I have a dream that our children will be financially literate. Oh God, I can't even speak
because it's so heavy on your mind, girl.
It's so heavy on my heart. Yeah, and I see it, and they don't have that. So that is a dream of mine that we're going to see come to fruition.
My dream is that when I see that one day I want to have disposable income so that if somebody needs something, let's say there's an event and they need a donation for food, I'm that person who can go in my pocket and give you that $5,000. Or if there's a table or something, I want to be a giver and I necessarily have to receive anything. And I think with the Lord's work, all three of us are going to get our dreams. So if you like this video, why don't you share with us what your dream is? Because it only can help to make the world a better place. And on that note, we want to say thank you for tuning in today. And again, we want to know,
what's your frequency? Are we doing another video for
real quick,